Once in a while, professional sports throws up a story that allows us to believe the old adage that dreams do come true. Akila Dananjaya is the living embodiment of that truth. Luck, talent, and determination have conspired to help him live his dream.
It was my childhood dream to play cricket. I loved the game right from a very young age, but I had no big expectations.
Just under 1 year ago, Akila was playing Tier 3 school cricket, a long way from the luxury trappings of the professional game. Now he mixes with his heroes Mahela Jayawardene and Kumar Sangakkara. To get a sense of the path travelled, he took us back to his hometown of Panadura, just outside Colombo. Once he made his journey by bus, now he drives.
In the past, I used to travel by bus and train, but it's a bit different now. I want to manage the money I earn and give it to my family. I'm still very young and I want to enjoy my cricket in the future as well.
So how has he made his meteoric rise? Well, first of all, luck played its part. Ahead of Pakistan's tour of Sri Lanka in June of last year, coach Graham Ford and then captain Mahela Jayawardene, as part of their practice sessions, were looking for an off-spinner who could replicate the deliveries of prolific Pakistani bowler Saeed Ajmal. Up stepped Akila.
I'm really happy. I didn't think much of it at the time. I got a chance to bowl during the practice session and I wanted to show everyone that I'm a really good bowler.
What Jayawardene discovered was not just an imitator but a bowler with the potential to be a genuine star. The Sri Lankan captain was so impressed by the array of deliveries that he used his influence to fast-track Akila into the national team setup.
No one spoke to me really. After I had bowled, I noticed that everyone in the team was talking about me.
I'm really happy for him. The coaches have always said to me that cricket was in his blood. And from childhood he loved cricket, much more than studying even. Sometimes I would go to Panadura Stadium at midnight just to pick him up because he was collecting cricket balls at the ground.
Those that have watched him grow up have long recognized Akila's talent. Panadura, like most villages in Sri Lanka, has a deep appreciation for cricket, and many were aware that they had someone special amongst them.
When I was still in school, some people in the village recognized that there's something in me which will take me to greater heights one day, as I was a constant performer for my school with both bat and ball. The villagers have been very close to me from the earliest days of my cricketing career.
But it wasn't all positive. There were some eyebrows raised at the speed of his inclusion into the national setup. Yet again, Jayawardene stepped in as he convinced his club side, Wayamba United, to select Akila for the Sri Lanka Premier League. It was now up to him to repay that trust.
I bowled with about 4 variations, including a googly and a leg spinner. So they were talking about me because I was able to bowl with different variations. My googly wasn't easy to read for most of the players, so it worked really well.
In his 22 overs bowled, he took 9 wickets, but more than that, his ability to deliver on the big stage impressed all. Back in his village, he was the hero they all knew he could be.
They had organized a parade to welcome me when I came back from the Sri Lankan Premier League. There were a lot of people, a lot of fanfare, and it was a large gathering.
With his great showing, he secured his place in the Sri Lankan squad ahead of the ICC World 2020. The next step on the ladder was complicated by the fact that the tournament would be held on home soil. But for one of his biggest supporters, Akila was ready.
We were all surprised the way he bowled in the SLPL, to be honest with you. He showed a lot of maturity for a guy who hasn't played any first-class cricket, just played school cricket. So selectors as well as I am very confident that he can handle himself in this league.
I was very happy. My childhood dream came true sooner than I had expected. I had it in my mind that I should be responsible in keeping my place safe in the team. So I practiced very hard and delivered my best on the field. I tried to adapt to the changes and I prepared my mind to perform well in whatever match or challenge I faced.
His debut came against New Zealand in a nerve-jangling match the Sri Lankans eventually won by virtue of a super over. For Akila, it was a fairy tale start in international cricket. Having gotten rid of the dangerous Martin Guptill in his first over, he was struck in the face by a drive from Rob Nicol.
Burst through the hands. Yeah, that is right up by the eye.
Still bloodied, he continued to bowl, claiming the wicket of the Kiwi in the very next over.
It was very painful. Rob Nicol was the batsman and I wanted to take his wicket as revenge. And eventually, I succeeded in doing that.
He finished the match with the team's best bowling figures of 2 for 32. In the 3 matches he played in the tournament, he picked up 5 wickets, including one in the final, as Sri Lanka lost out to the West Indies.
I got a lot of experience, but I want to gain more. I studied some batsmen as to get an idea of how to bowl to them, what their batting styles are, and so on. It's a faster game these days, and I gathered a lot of experience, and I hope to use them in future matches.
He has gone on to play a number of T20 matches for the Sri Lankans and has even been called up for a one-day international. But he's still grateful for the incredible path he's taken.
For as long as I can remember, my father has been a carpenter and my mother a housewife. All of us were living with what my father earned. We were very happy as a family and got by with the income my father managed to bring back. Now, we're very happy with the way we're leading our lives.
Still humble, he continues to live his dream and will be hoping to have a real fairy tale ending by bringing glory to Sri Lanka.